Following Washington and London, Paris has authorized Kyiv to use missiles of its own production to strike military facilities deep inside Russia. These are SCALP's air-launched cruise missiles with a range of up to 400 kilometers.
President Macron last May expressed the idea that according to international law and in a logic of self-defense, the Ukrainians could use long-range missiles to hit targets in the Russian territory from where the Russians are aggressing Ukraine. What Macron said is that we should not set and express red lines.
Another country that possesses long-range missiles that would also help Ukrainian armed forces change the course of events on the battlefield is Germany. However, despite calls from Brussels and the number of German politicians, Chancellor Olaf Scholz says he is not ready to approve the transfer of TAURUS missiles to Kyiv.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky rightly emphasized that Ukraine cannot wait indefinitely for effective military aid just because there are always elections happening in a Western country, while people continue to die daily in the war in Ukraine, she said. It was alarming that Russia is now escalating the war and intensifying its missile attacks, which already have many civilian casualties. Roberta Metsola, President of the European Parliament, in an interview with Funk Media Group.
I have explained very clearly why I don't think that supplying TAURUS cruise missiles we use in Germany is the right solution. They can only be used if you share responsibility for the final target. But that is something I cannot do and do not want to take responsibility for.
After the strikes on military facilities deep inside Russia with Western weapons, the Kremlin got nervous. Putin raised the stakes even higher. The aggressor's army used an intercontinental ballistic missile that can carry a nuclear charge on Ukrainian city Dnipro. Moscow announced the adoption of a new nuclear doctrine, and the Kremlin dictator directly threatens Ukraine's partners with airstrikes in a video message. However, as always, Moscow is more than likely bluffing, experts believe.
The very last thing that Russia wants is to confront a united NATO. It makes no sense at all to attack a NATO member with weapons, an undeniable armed attack in the sense of the North Atlantic Treaty, while the United States is still committed to that treaty. So that's why the most dangerous thing would be to give Putin a suggestion that actually that treaty might not work and that he can tackle individual countries on their own to deter them. So solidarity in Europe, with or without the United States, and the promise of a unified response to any kind of attack like that by Russia is absolutely vital now.
As analysts point out, there is no practical sense in using strategic ballistics. The launch of a ballistic missile along the Dnipro River is just another game of the Kremlin. In addition, as the head of the main intelligence directorate of the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, Kyrylo Budanov, stated, the missile is experimental, and as of October, only 2 prototypes had likely been produced. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Larisa Petruk, UATV News.